Hey, everybody, welcome to the Asheville Ski Club. It's our second Tuesday. We are just finishing up some introductions. Kay, just briefly, just give a summary of your numbers of our CD balance and what's in our checking account.
Sure. So we have 25,000 in our CD that we've kept in reserve for our rainy day fund. We've still managed to keep that in our rainy day fund, which is terrific. We have $52,000 of assets combined with that. So we are in good shape to weather through this COVID year. That's the bottom line of the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Kay. Somebody had a question?
I was just referring to Kay's comment about reviewing the members who have been participating. Some have not been participating for a while. Some signed up only for the Whitefish trip and on. And as you divide out those different categories, and I sent you and Jim, and he responded and said, yeah, we'll do it that way, is that I want to make sure we keep intact those names in maybe 3 different lists if you want to. But I think there's a lot of extraneous, that's the word for it, names in our membership, people that really, half the emails I sent out, not half, but a significant number get kicked back. They're no longer active. And I think we need to, at some point, determine people that really aren't going to be participating in the Asheville Ski Club. So I think the list of members is probably inflated at this point. As we do it, I just want to take great care not to lose a bunch of people, take them out or something.
No,
I think your approach sounds good. You're going to get a notice out to everybody. I'll be glad to help with that. But,
perfect. No, I totally agree, Tom. I think we're on the same page. I think it's important since the newsletter goes out electronically, it doesn't cost us any money to send it. So it's a good PR job, which is why we've kept people on that list.
Right.
But I think at this point, we need to be looking at our mailing list that's separate from our membership list. And it's, and I'm sure, Bill, you'll echo this. It took me forever to figure out who actually is a current member, because we paid dues to the Crescent Ski Council, and to take that and manipulate that spreadsheet to pull out who's actually current and an active member for the dues purpose. I mean, it's a sort and a go through. And the other problem is we've all gotten very lax at when the membership is actually paid out. So a lot of people don't pay their membership dues until they're on a ski trip, at which point, you know, the list that's going to the Crescent Council and the actual active membership list are 2 different, because we've gotten away from the deadline is November 1st. And I think that my goal from January until the end of this fiscal year is to get us back into sync with membership is November 1st, because it's too difficult to deal with the ski council otherwise. And the other thing is, sorry, I'm going on and on. We should really push the concept, and this is something we need to talk to in terms of a board meeting, but I really think that we should have, if you sign up for a ski trip, you need to be an active member at that point when you're doing that. And we've over the last 2 years, we cull through the list of people on the ski trip after we've taken deposits. Sometimes we're asking for membership as people are getting on the plane. And it's too lax, and it doesn't help us at all. It doesn't help us know who our active members are. It doesn't help us with our insurance issues. It just is, I think it's something we really need to look at.
I agree with Kay. It's been difficult over the years to figure out the timing of that. And just as a side note, racing season is about to kick off, so we'll get new memberships or renewed memberships. after the first race or even into January. So it's a rolling target actually, but I don't know. I think you just cut it off at November 1st and send Crescent the dues. with
Sure.
current- Yeah.
What we
did
need
that.
to do, I think what we need to do is make it a little bit more expensive if you wait. The longer you wait, the more expensive. You know, if it's $35 for single membership, if you join on time, then it becomes $40 after that point. So people have incentive to pay for it earlier. You know, just make the dues not a significant, not a high amount, but a little more. So there is incentive for paying your dues on time.
It's something we can certainly look at, Jan, but you know, your trip is still on for this spring. And I would imagine that that trip would bring in people who are not currently members. Do we charge those people an additional amount because it's past December, you know, November 1st? That's where it's kind of tricky.
Well-
I think it's the kind of thing, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that the only thing that you could do it would not be effective for this year, but maybe the next for 2021-22, say next November, say, okay, you get $5 incentive for joining early.
Right, maybe. That's certainly something we can think about. I think all those are good ideas and that we should kick them around at a board meeting or another Zoom meeting where we're just kind of dealing with this topic. And I'm sorry to have gone into such depth about it because I am seriously not going to think about it until after January 1.
Perfect. Yep, good. I've got a note down as an item for the board to be able to discuss. All right.
And Peter, you're welcome to call what you want from my treasurer reports in your minutes. If you want that. Okay.
Tom, you want to promote the newsletter and our monthly contest last month and this coming month?
Yeah, we had 2 contests. And the winner of the most recent contest, which was the phony adventure story contest, that was Steve Bowers, and he won. And we put an honorable mention in as well for Lisa Andresen and John Gotts, who put another story together. But I guess, Wayne, I'll ask you, have you gotten the gift card to Bowers yet? Or is that something you take care of that, right?
I'll take care of that. I asked Jim for the address and he actually sent me the email address. So I just find and get the mailing address from him. Maybe, Kay, do you have it, the list, a membership current?
Yeah, I mean, you should have access to it. I'll send you the link again.
Okay, please.
He's in the directory, I think. Is he not? I think it's mailing address. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
But yeah, I'll get that out. Is that
Yeah, just want to make sure that's taken care of. Okay. And that's the contest. And Janice suggested it's not really a contest, but it's an invitation to the members to suggest ski areas that they would recommend for future ski trips. And, you know, that could include non-ski trips too. Like I led a couple of hikes in the past couple of years, and with the COVID, I am doing that, but you know, I'll be glad to do hikes. And we used to have the Holston Lake trip, and I think Jeff was involved in that primarily. But anyway, those are all good things. The caving, I don't know if I'm still doing the caving trips at all, but we are more than just a ski club. So you know, other activities would be. So I threw a few examples in the newsletter there. I threw a couple of pictures of things we did in the past. The Virginia Creeper Trail, yada, yada, stuff like that. So, you know, I think that's a good idea. Hopefully we will get some responses on that. But sometimes I really wonder how many people actually read the newsletter. You know,
Mhm.
I put a lot of work into
Me
that thing.
too.
And so I hate the fact that I'd hate to find out that people don't really look at it. But
And it's so well done.
thank
It
you.
really is.
It is.
Appreciate that.
It looks very professional and humorous and
Yeah, and Tom, I do enjoy page 13, line 73 on there, because you said we need to commit it to memory. So if you need me to read it back to you, I always can.
Okay, good enough. There'll be a quiz next newsletter.
I'm always ready.
Okay, yeah. And I do try to put a little humor in. I did a COVID series, you know, memes. They're so clever. I don't know how guys come up with it, women, whoever come up with those things, but they're great.
Yeah,
So
and-
I collect them. I get so many emails from my buddies that include stuff like that. So I try to call some of the best ones and put them in a newsletter every so often. So
yeah, and everyone's entitled to my opinion.
yes, glad to know that, Greg.
You do an outstanding job with it. So again, is that I'll have to echo the comments there. It's very professionally done and full of great content, especially our trips, and to be able to get those out. So thank you very much.
You bet.
Greg, you want to talk about Tell Your Ride?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say first and foremost, I think you probably saw I sent a thank you to Lisa Beregi and company, to Sean at Holidays. We got our final checks back from the Spain trip. And for those who might not remember, we were to land in Spain on March 15th, which was the day that they locked down. And we may still be in Spain after that. But and I know those guys are probably commissioned for new business, but he's worked for the last 9 or 10 months to get our deposits back. Summer vouchers, most of it was cash, and I'd say 90% of our trip has been refunded from the Spain trip. So I know Holidays was kind of cutting their teeth on a new one, and God love them, man. That is well done, and that means a lot. You can put a trip on, but when the shit hits the fan and stuff goes wrong, that's where really the rubber meets the road to get everyone taken care of. So please, anyone, pass it along. He would probably really appreciate the kudos.
Yeah.
And some future business.
We were just one trip. So yeah, that one trip that he had. So I'm sure that was times 20, times 30, times 50
Yeah,
that he had to deal with.
absolutely.
He could have wrote it off.
And yeah, he could have just said, hey, we're going to be just like the other trips where no one's getting jacked back, but he didn't. So good for them. Good for Holidays. Good for them. Telluride is basically following, we're in hold mode, waiting to see what happens based on what we heard for Steamboat, with the governor's mandate that no multiple families in the same unit. And that may make an impact, but I haven't heard anything yet. What I do know is Sweetie and I bought and Sweetie's here, by the way, that we bought full Epic passes instead of local passes. We upgraded just for the sake of Telluride to pay for that week. I tried to downgrade them, but the paperwork and the bullshit that came my way to try and get it downgraded and get a bit of a refund just to get it down to a local pass, oh man, you're dealing with the Vail Resorts machine.
It's a big organization, yeah.
At that point, they're not being nice about it. Until, because I think the governor said if there's a closeout for 30 plus days, then that's a good excuse to try and get your pass changed or canceled. But man, to get that together and get it to them, I just told them, forget it, leave my full pass as it is for now, and we'll wait for a hard shutdown if there is one. God, I hope not. Otherwise, I'm gonna win the lottery. I'm renting a Learjet. I'm going to our condo in Breckenridge, and we'll just stay away from everybody. And we're going skiing in February. Damn it! So we'll see what happens. And I think the rest of the country is just saying we're gonna throw caution to the wind, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna take that shot if it's available, and we're out of here.
Give us the dates again. Give us
With
the
last
dates again.
year's Epic Passes, I had a friend who had one, and it was extended because he didn't use it. It was extended to this year, and it can be extended to next year if he doesn't use it this year.
Correct. Yeah, it may be extended. We just tried to change it. Yeah, have fun with that.
The Icon Pass is allowing you to, if you do not use it this season, it automatically will be renewed for next season with no money changing hands.
Yeah, and most of them are saying as long as you contact us. That's the ploy with where they've got our money. But if you don't contact them, it supposedly automatically renews, like the airlines. But a lot of them, you have to contact them or it won't renew. So be vigilant with all your vouchers and all your freebies. Make sure to get a hold of people.
Good advice. Tell us the dates again, Telluride.
13 through 20
Okay. Of February, right?
of January.
January.
January. Okay.
Yep. I have a feeling that this thing's gonna hold through January. And the big thing with Telluride is I think the biggest chunk of the council is from Raleigh, and they've got a bunch of condos rented down in town, and with multiple people in the same condo. I don't know how you police that. I have no idea, but they said it may impact that trip.
Okay.
But stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Ed checks will be back in fashion.
Yeah.
Checks.
By the way, guys, Peter, you had mentioned not getting your refund from Snowmass, the Snowmass trip.
Yeah.
Well, they went out, and I want to talk about this for a minute. I got mine because I paid with credit card. I got it's kind of a strange refund back, but I believe what it is, it was less than I thought I would get because they mentioned the $60 per person charge. But if you take that off, still looks way below. And I think what it was the trip insurance that we paid. I think it was net of that. In other words, that was not refunded back. Now, Wayne mentioned something to me in an email, and he thinks that insurance will be applicable to another trip. But have you confirmed that, Wayne, or is this a thought that you had?
Sarah said that if it wasn't used, it would be transferred to a new trip. Jan, have you heard the same thing?
I've not heard a thing.
That was in one of her emails from Sarah. She said any money paid to the trip insurance company would be forwarded to another trip. I don't know if it means this season or next season, but she's not refunding that part of it.
It'd be good to get a clarification on that from someone because it was substantially less than what we paid. And so I figured it had to be the insurance. That's the only thing I could, within a couple of bucks or something, it came out. That would be the insurance. And of course, the insurance allowed us to get a refund. I mean, I guess, but it's still.
I have not got back. I'm still waiting on the summary of how the funds were dispersed. And I don't think that we've got our refund as a club. We've got our refund. So I'll follow back up with Sarah. And
Mine was there. I just wanted to let Peter know that, did you pay by check, Peter, or did you use a credit card?
Check.
Yeah, so maybe the checks were later than,
Oh,
because
no, she said they would be later. She was
okay.
going to deal with the credit cards first and then mail the checks out.
Yeah, that was way back in November 17th. That's when I got, it hit my American Express card on the same day she mentioned, like the 18th or whatever, day after, somewhere in there.
Well, banks are usually faster in the transaction than the mail.
I'll tell you what I'll do is that I'll send out an email to all the trip participants and just get a count on who's got their refund or partial refund. But I am still waiting on that summary to be able to come back on how everything was dispersed, and I have not got that yet. Kay, have you seen anything from Sarah?
No, the only thing I've seen was the heavenly deposit.
Okay, I'll follow up on that. Jan, you want to talk about Mount Bachelor?
Sure. Mount Bachelor is scheduled for over the Easter holiday, which is April 3rd through the 10th. And we've got it priced with air to Portland, but people may choose to do their air directly into Redmond and not get a rental car. If they don't want one, they can take a shuttle to the slopes. Now, if you get your air that goes directly to Redmond, then you'll need to spend another night, rather than spending the night, Friday night in Portland, you'll be spending Friday night in Bend. And that costs $11 more to stay in the hotel where we are in Bend, as opposed to the one in Portland. If I don't have a substantially greater number of people to sign up by the end of this month, that trip will also be canceled, which is a shame because I think that there will be vaccine and that by April, many people will be vaccinated for the virus and things will begin to turn back to normal. And Oregon has a very low rate of COVID infections. So they're in good shape. They're very careful there. But like I said, in order to make the next payment, we are going to have 20 people. Sarah said if I didn't have 20 people signed up for it by the end of the month, that I would need to cancel it. Who am I looking?
And approximately how many you have today signed up?
I
Approximately.
don't know, I think about a half a dozen.
Okay. So there's a good chance it will not make, but we need to promote it, get it out, and talk about it. So
I'm promoting it. I am.
yeah, I'm promoting other ways, finding other ways to be able to get it out. Okay.
Well, I've got a sister who lives in Bellingham, and she's already agreed to disown me if I don't sign up for that Mount Bachelor trip to Washington. So I think I'm going to be doing it. So I'll do it before the end of the month.
And
Okay. If I
John,
talk your friends into it, People need to talk to other people about it and tell them to sign up, because otherwise, really, we can't make the second payment.
And you have to give away free vaccines.
So probably need to promote the folks that signed up for Steamboat. We had what, 20 or 25 signed up for Steamboat.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that all of a sudden saying, am I going to get to ski this year?
Right. We'll get an email out to the Steamboat participants. I think I can, if I'll get with Margaret and make sure they understand about bachelor's still on. They need to sign up by the end of the month.
Otherwise, we will lose that trip as well,
Okay.
which is a shame. On another note, the Croatia trip that had to be canceled, if there is enough interest in it, it may run for this summer. You know, in August, I think is what they're looking at. Right now, there are 9 people who have said they're very much interested, but we need 16 for that to go. And we need to know 16 people solidly. And that's a fun trip scheduled.
So give us a refresher on what's involved and what the activities are.
The Croatia trip has people, you fly into Dubrovnik, but you'll have to do that on your own, you know, arrange that. But once there, we're in an all-inclusive trip, and it includes kayaking and bike riding and hiking and whitewater rafting and canoeing. And you're going through the various rivers in Croatia. At one point, you do have a sightseeing trip into Bosnia-Herzegovina. And that will be on a van. It's only 16 people, including the trip leader, who would be Susan McDonald. And it includes all your meals. It includes all the activities. It includes insurance. It's just got a lot of fun things, lodging and everything. The only thing, it does not include tips for the guides. It does not include the beverages and souvenirs and your airfare.
And the dates?
Pardon me?
The dates for the trip?
That hasn't been settled yet because we didn't want to. Once we settle on the date, we have to sign the contract.
Bless you.
Bless you. And once you sign the contract, you've got to have money to pay for.
What dates are you thinking about, or time period of the year are you thinking
It'll
about?
probably be in August, probably mid to late August.
Okay, August 2021 is proposed, and need 16 people. Cost? Do we have an estimated cost?
About $1,600. We have not negotiated the price for a group yet. The price, that's high season for them, and it's I think $1,659 if the euro stays at €1 is equivalent to $1.17 in US dollars. That can change either way. If our economy gets back moving again, then our dollar will be stronger. If their economy gets back moving before ours, then it's liable to go the other way.
Right, so under
But
2,000.
that's without negotiating a group price. We haven't discussed that yet.
All right. Cool. Anything else on bachelor? Anything else on trips? Anything? Are you planning anything else? Any international trips?
Not at this point, no.
Glad we're not in Italy.
I wish I were. I love Italy. I love Italy.
Shut down, right? Italy shut down.
I know. France is too. They're all
For
shut
the
down.
second time, yeah.
Switzerland is the only one that is not shut down.
Mexico.
And everybody's jealous of Switzerland being open.
Well, it still has a lot of regulations, but they're open. And that's made the other countries upset.
Right. Jealous.
Well, and they probably wouldn't let us in there anyway if they were smart.
Yeah.
They'd say, "Oh, wait, you came from North Carolina?"
Your name is Greg? Yeah, you can't go in there. All right, cool. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for the reports. Just looking here. We've talked about, and Margaret's not here to talk about Steamboat, but Steamboat was canceled. And I'm sure those refunds are coming back out. If you have any questions, get up with Margaret on your Steamboats. Waivers, on the bottom of our application, there is a waiver there to be able to sign. And I actually run it by Bill, and we think that what is on the application now should be good for our waiver. Remember last month we talked about the waiver issue. Do we need to get people to sign waivers? And Bill, do you want to talk about about what your thoughts are of the waiver that's currently on the application?
It seems legalese is covering us. And, you know, if you sign up for the trip or the club, you do not hold the club responsible for anything that you may endanger. I can run that by Phil Kelly and see if he's okay with it. And it seems like by completing that application online, that it's binding. I'm not an attorney, but Phil may could answer that.
Okay. So the writing's already there. It's already on the application. We just need to make sure that, you know, it's just, it's a piece of paper is all it is, you know, and you can still be sued, but check with him, Phil Kelly, and see if that seems to be enough to be able to satisfy us to be able to make sure we're covered.
Can I make a recommendation on that?
Sure.
Anytime when I sign up on something, I'm sure the rest of you might be aware of this too. Anytime I sign up on something online, there's always another alert or dialog box that opens up that asks me for a second time, do I agree to this? And you click I agree, and then you go, it processes whatever a form you're trying to fill in. I would highly recommend, Bill, if you could talk to the people who do our web managing, the webmaster, and just ask them to insert that.
Okay.
So that when they click OK to submit the form, then an alert dialog box comes in and says, be aware that you're also signing a waiver. Do you agree to this?
That's a good
That
idea.
way you absolutely have them. They can't claim, oh, I didn't know I was signing that. Oh, I just happened to check a box. If there's an actual dialogue that comes up telling them a second time that and asking for a second agreement, then it's pretty much binding on them, even if it's done electronically.
That's good. Bill, I don't know how to do that. I mean, I've got access to, and I update the meetings and things like that, trips. I don't know how to put a box in there that would be a check box that would be required before they can submit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll ask Alex Wayne, can he administer that? He probably can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put a box on there, and that's going to ask you to check the box and have Bill Melton come up and go, "Hi, I'm Bill." now,
No, we don't want to run people off.
yeah, now.
How about Sweetie?
Oh, there you go. You can schmooze them right in and go, wait, you're about ready to check the box, honey. Okay, click.
So Bill, you'll check on that, and we'll get that done. So that should take care of that. I spoke to Johnny Going at the Wolf. Is that right? The ski lodge, Wolf. Yes. Wolf Ridge. And they're opening this coming Friday is their first day. Cataloosa, of course, is already open. How about any of the other Sugar, Beach, anybody else open?
Sugar's been open for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So is Beach.
Beach is open. So the only one in this area then is the Wolf is not open. So I did talk to Johnny this past week, and they are looking for some part-time folks. So if you're looking to do some part-time work, give them a call, 828-689-3778, 828-689-3778. Ask for Johnny. They're doing some remodeling. They're putting in some new carpet in. So that's just some things going on. They just really didn't make a decision until this past week that they were going to open. There was some big thought on not opening for the season, but they have decided to open.
One
Uh,
of the ski areas, Wayne, requires a reservation. I can't remember which one it is. It's either beach or, I just can't remember. But the ACT had an article about all the ski areas.
Yeah. I think it
And one of
was,
them required registering and setting an appointment to ski.
If you're going, don't just show up, call ahead of time and make sure you can get a ticket, right?
I would check their webpage. They all have web pages and see what the drill is, you know.
Okay.
James Claxton sent a text, an email today that Wolf Ridge offers a $225 season pass to the Asheville Ski Club.
225.
be free.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I think it's one of
Gotta
those
be
things,
old.
if you're over 65, you
Good to
ski
be old.
free. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm close.
Some really good things about it.
I'll take
That's
the.
good to add.
and
Tom, you can ski everywhere for free.
I ski free everywhere. Yeah, that's right.
That's you get to be 100. Those are the perks, right?
Keep skiing. If I can ski long enough, you know, ski everywhere in the world.
Bill, talk about the donating 12 cans of food.
You know, James sent that, and I think it's this Sunday, Wayne, that if you bring 12 cans of food to Wolf Ridge, you ski free.
On Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
Okay. So,
We can send out an update with that information.
okay.
I think that'd be a great idea to send out the information, the that Wolf is opening, and that if you bring 12 cans of food, you're free. That's great. And also the idea about the annual pass there. That's good to know.
There's a perk, yeah,
225, right?
right.
When I send out the video of this meeting, I'll put that in there as well. Is there anything else we need to include in there? Tom, you got anything you want to include?
No. I was just thinking about that, the ACT article, you know, that summarized the different opening dates and which one, I just can't recall which one required the appointment. But maybe a summary would be good if you could get your hand on that.
I'll see if I can research it and get the link and put
It was
that.
about 4 or 5 days ago.
All right.
The edition of the Asheville Citizen Time.
I include that as well.
Yeah, they're doing similar things at the Snow Bowl here in Arizona at Flagstaff. But if you have a season pass, then that gets awkward. So you're not really required to make a reservation.
Tell us about the snowball. Tell us about the snowball bowl. Snowball.
Snow Bowl. You know, generally it's not a bad place, and they've just opened a new gondola this year. Or it was supposed to open on the 1st. I haven't checked yet to see whether it actually opened. So they've got enough skiing that will keep you busy for, you know, a couple of days before you start getting a little bored. It's a good mix. And so I'm looking, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes from my house. So it looks like that might wind up. And I bought the Tuesday through Thursday season pass, you know, so I avoid the weekends. And so I'm hoping to make some trips up there, especially in light of our big trips possibly not being as successful. So
the resort name is Snow Bowl.
That's Snow Bowl. That's correct.
Okay, I thought it was like a football bowl, you know, where everybody comes together and has a snow bowl where you get together and party. But that's pretty cool.
It's also a name of a product, a household product.
Well, I think we're going in a bad direction here. You know, they open in mid-November, and they stay open as late as anybody, you know, into the spring. They're at 8,000 feet elevation, 8 to 10 to the top.
Wow.
So they're not quite as high as some of the ones in Colorado, but they have pretty good skiing weather most of the year.
Jan, maybe we just need to plan a trip there this year.
Really?
Yeah, we'll rent a giant bus and we'll all
that's
drive
awesome.
out together. In fact, what we can do is we can go down to the courthouse and all become family members. That way,
Oh, there
we
you
get
go.
right into the lodge.
That helps Tom's identity.
Well, forget about
Tom will be the father, okay?
that.
Just have a West Virginia driver's license. You'll be good.
You know,
Oh, I
they
was
don't
gonna
have
say
any
George-
lodges there. They've got some cabins at the base of the access road, you know, for the last 6 miles up to from the highway up to the resort, you know, which don't have kitchenettes and that kind of thing. So I'm frankly looking at B&Bs in Flagstaff, which are like 10 minutes from the resort total.
Like
10 or
that.
15. And, you know, so, and there's lots of, you know, small hotels, you know, and that kind of stuff, but. You know,
Smell a road trip coming.
You know, Wayne, I think we should extend this meeting for another hour. I want to see that coffee table get finished.
We can sign off. We'll just keep recording it until she's done, okay?
I've got to stay to be able to give her instructions. I got to. The last thing I have is we have a video of Lisa and John on doing crepes. I think it is. You guys remember that?
I remember their cooking, yeah.
They were not able to be here tonight, so they sent a YouTube video of them preparing crepes. So that's going to be the last thing that we're going to do and watch. And I think it's only about maybe 10, 12 minutes long. And for the ones that stay and watch it, you can. For the ones that
I want to make a quick suggestion before you finish it off. If you ever take a club ski trip and John and Lisa are looking for roommates in the condo, sign up with them. You will have the most wonderful dinners.
Yeah, they're great.
They are fantastic cooks from experience at Park City. They gave us, Jack and I, at least 2 wonderful meals.
nice.
Well, and also remember, I think one of our last ski trips was Whitefish, Montana. And,
Where is that?
One of the best.
and you knocked it out of the park.
Yep. Great trip.
That was not on my bucket list, and that was one of the craziest places ever.
Crazy fun.
And we had so much fun.
What made it?
My
Have
daughter's
you
going
finished
there.
the
Oh,
vodka?
never mind. Oh, wait, she's back. Never mind. Stop talking about her like that, Tom.
You can
Daughter's,
see
my
that you're not
daughter's going out there in January.
Nice.
Again, they loved it so much. They're going out in January.
Oh.
Not with ski club, but just on their own. They set up the trip.
Just let them know about breakfast. It's not all up to par.
And the lodge.
Yeah,
would-
lodge.
Are they staying at the lodge at Whitefish?
They're going to be staying at the lodge.
Okay.
And they were with us on the other trip. They loved it so much, they decided to do it again.
Yeah, they won't have the buffet breakfast that we got as a group. They'll be able to order individually, which is better.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will say that was a great trip. And I would do it again.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Seeing
terrific.
the bit, I still have pictures that I have framed of the big white rabbits up
Yeah.
on top of the mountain on that one sunny day. I got my pictures.
Was that before you started drinking or after you started drinking?
No, they were after us, man.
Really? Okay, all right.
If enough people ask for it, then we can do it again. If enough people start responding, that was a great trip and they want to do it again, we can do it again.
And just make sure to fill up the flight going in there, because then you get $1,000 vouchers because they can't hold everyone on the plane. We still haven't used ours, but at least we got them.
Yeah.
Hey, some of my fond memories of Whitefish, you know, the skiing, of course, but had an epic hot tub there. I mean, you could put, I don't know, people in it.
Great place. And
No.
I love the snow ghosts.
No ghost at all.
Yeah, I don't know how any of those copper mugs made it back home with Sweetie from the bar, but you know, I haven't sent them back yet.
At the entertainment one night, the guy that was in there singing, playing.
Someone's birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that.
place was packed.
You even rented a guitar, as I recall.
Great time. And the food and the ones that stayed at the hotel, they had a great time. Great hospitality over there.
Yeah.
Going downtown to eat and hang out. Nice.
Well done, Jan. Or no, that's Jan's fan, I think.
Yeah, it's her ceiling fan.
That's her ceiling fan.
Yeah.
There she is. There's
Never
Jan.
mind. Don't talk about Jan anymore.
I've had 17. It's got to close.
Peter, stop it.
Look at that.
For
She got-
bed, you guys.
Oh, Jan, we want you to know we're glad you're setting up another trip to Whitefish.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm
Laura,
trying
haven't
to
been to
teach other
Whitefish.
people how to do this.
Laura brought it up. She wants to go, so I think we ought to just go ahead and plan another one.
Well, I think that would be good.
Great.
You know, some people do an annual trip someplace like Copper or something. I don't think we could do 100 again. I think probably 60, and we could all stay together instead of in two separate places.
And would you stay at the lodge or downtown?
I don't know. I love the lodge.
I liked downtown. You know,
Yeah, the downtown was convenient to everything.
Lodge.
Lodge
But
had
the
shuttle
lodge was so
transportation.
luxurious.
Yeah, the lodge had shuttle transportation too to the mountain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go to the video, I have put the link in the chat. So I'm not sure how well this video will play through Zoom and everybody being on. It may go, and stop and sit there. So I have put the link in the chat. So if you'd like to go in and click on it and download it and save it, so you've got the ability to look at it. But I'm getting ready to go over to it unless we have any more business, anything else. I mean, I'll talk here as long as you want. We're good.
I'm all ready for bed now. So I know how to make crepes. I've done it before.
We've got the link just in case. So I'm going over now. I got to share my page, I think.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Well, everybody have wonderful holidays. See you in January. Take care.
Yes.
Take care,
Have a
everybody.
good, have a good holiday.
Good luck with your coffee table.
Or this Sunday at Wolf Laurel.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Nora in the cottage kitchen once again.
Can you hear it?
Seeing
Yes.
somebody around. I see some ingredients over here. I see some flour and sugar and eggs and milk and, I wonder what we're making. Where's John? John.
Oh, Johnny's here. Hi,
Oh,
hi, hi, hi.
there's
Hi,
John.
classic friends.
Hey, John.
Hi, Lisa.
So I was trying to figure out what you're making tonight.
Grapes.
Crepes.
Great.
Well, it's Good Friday. So are we stuffing them with fish or what are we stuffing them with?
Probably, I think we have like salmon in the fridge.
Smoked
and
salmon. That
spinach.
sounds
And that goes very, very well with crepes.
fabulous. So tell me what we're doing.
We're gonna mix some flour, sugar, and salt, the dry ingredient together. Then the wet ingredient that's gonna be added to the dry one, and it's gonna be milk, water, 3 eggs, and 3 tablespoons. I will start with my flour. We need 1 cup of flour, which is exactly 120 grams of flour. So,
Oh, so you have a little
yeah.
scale there.
Let's be fancy, will you?
Let's
So I
see.
say 120, right? 120.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Excellent.
To that, we're gonna put a little bit of sugar, like what about half of a teaspoon of sugar.
So you like grams better than ounces, huh?
I do. More European.
Pourquoi?
Or just more precise. Which of cups and ounces and everything I get lost in these things. Okay. Very good. Mix it, and whisk. To that, we're going to add our melted butter, water, milk, and eggs. So I think my butter here already, it's already melted. Everything goes in. I said everything goes in. Come on, babe. There we go. Good. Okay, 1/3 of a cup of water.
Does it have to be cold or warm? It doesn't really
Room
matter.
temperature is fine. Same thing with the milk, 1 cup of milk.
Room
Now, I
temperature.
know I've tried making crepes with 2% milk, and it's just not the same.
It's better the whole milk.
Might as
I like it better.
Go
That's
for
my
it.
personal preference. All right, we get our eggs. Oh. Come in.
3 eggs.
3 eggs. 1. Three. Garbage. And I'll get a whisk and mix everything together.
It's pretty
You can
good,
also, if you have one, you can also put the dough in a food processor and mix it with the food processor, which is just easier, but sometimes people don't have that.
Oh, but your
So-
whisking technique is so fabulous.
I know. I've learned that at Cottage
Okay,
Cooking.
so there's the batter, and it looks like it is ready to go in the pan. Is that right?
It is right.
All
I
right.
just want to put some butter in your pan.
And you like this crepe pan?
I love it.
It's a good size.
Like it is fine. Some butter.
Nice thin layer there. Swirl it around. Oh, look at that technique.
There we go.
Such style.
That's it.
Have you done this before?
Actually, it's my first time. Would you believe that?
No.
Okay, then I was lying. All right. When the batter is in the pan, try to unstick the edge first.
It's about ready to flip.
Let's do the flip maneuver right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Wow.
Then you get a tray.
Beautiful. So that's called the flippy maneuver?
Flippy maneuver. All right. When your crepe is done, you want to put it in the oven at 170 degrees to keep it warm. And talking about temperature, your pan is to be very, very warm and hot all the time. If it's too cold, you're not going to have a good crepe.
So you usually want to do a little test first, right?
Well, you know, the first crepe you do is always a mess because your frying pan is too cold.
From Italy. And some sauteed spinach and garlic, which is going to go into our crepes. Those look beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Let's put them together.
Roll one with the salmon and the spinach
A
and
little bit
the
of
vinegar.
spinach first. Spinach and garlic, you cannot beat that. And some salmon.
Bait.
What about a little more for this?
That looks a little skimpy.
Sorry about that. Here we
Much
go.
better.
Good.
A little
Can I see?
drizzle of balsamic.
Definitely. That should do.
And
Let's-
now you're going to
Right.
roll your crepe.
Actually, you can go this way.
And we can put it on our plate here.
And bon appetit.
Thank you, John.
Yes, what-
I hope you will like it.
I love being the taste tester at Cottage Cooking, and also occasionally the cook too. So
So,
let's see.
how is it?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's pretty good.
Doesn't look too bad.
Wayne's World's gonna have to, it's like, what you and Wayne's World's gonna have to make them.
There you go.
So Wayne, what time do you want us to come over?
I think you need to be calling Lisa and John on that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back to you guys right now.
We can see you. Hey, so seriously though, we should look at whitefish, maybe not in 2022.
Not be too old to do anything then.
Because, you know, Asheville to Chicago to Whitefish, that was easy. And it wouldn't have to be a whole week, you know. It could be a 4-day trip.
All right, let's put it out to the membership and see if that's what they want. At this time, I'm going to end the video, the recording. And
I have one more question. How do we get one of those mask? Face mask. I know you have some extra.
I know nothing. All right, guys, talk to you guys later. Stay
Good
on.
night. Bye. Wayne.
Bye.
I'm gonna stop the recording
Shut us down.
and then we'll talk.
That looks better than not.